the poverty levels in the ghetto is real, because it's like you think over here UK is poverty.
No, there's no poverty over here. The girl was trying to chase you, and then she was trying to pull your hair, and then I just
Yeah, I had locks when I was in Jamaica. They like to tease people about like natty dread, and like they make remarks like, "Oh, your dread stinks," and then I heard my friends say, "Oh, those dreadlocks people bathe themselves."
Yeah, no, everywhere in Jamaica with the Christians, they don't accept Rasta. They will look at it like, "Ew, oh my gosh, why are you going to be a Rasta? Like that's just so wrong."
Yeah,
you know.
If you think about it,
it's like you have to hush. You can't tell no one that you're Rasta. Or again, movie up another time with my friends there, but they didn't need to do anything because it's just me and her.
As soon as I see that she was calling her big brother, I just zoop. Like I ran. I was just like I ran, and I remember this story because I ran underneath my brother's bed, and they
pretty with a purpose. God is for you, God is for me. No one be against us.
So Rastafari for everything.
Thank you, Rastafari.
Thank you to the Most High for just putting us together. Thank you for giving my sister the vision to do this podcast, and we just hope for the best with everything that we do. So
this podcast is going to be a great podcast. Welcome to Pretty with a Purpose podcast. This is a podcast where beauty meets substance. We're laughing, we're growing, and we're doing all things real. So today on my sister series, I have my sister, which is
Yeshierenee.
Yes, and today we're gonna keep it real, as I said, and we're gonna talk about growing up in Jamaica, because that's where we're from. That's where we was born. I left Jamaica when I was 7, and I still have memories. We're from Kingston, Denham Town. I just want to say as well, excuse me, my voice. I have a cold, so you're gonna hear my voice go in and out. How old was you when you left Jamaica?
I was 11 years old. But let's start from what you remember, like your first memory of Jamaica.
What I remember is running up and down the lane and being a naughty child. A lot of people say Jamaica is very violent, but I don't really remember too much violence. Maybe because I was young. I just remember having fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like running up and down the lane with my friends. I had a best friend. I always remember that I have a best friend, but I can't remember her name. If you ask me, you probably know her name, but I can't remember her name. When I go to Jamaica,
her name is a M. It begins with an M. Marshallette or something, and then the other one, Gal, this tall one. But
I just remember running up and down the lane, having fun with my friends, getting into fights, because I feel like I was a naughty child.
Because you don't feel like you was.
Yeah, I remember one occasion when like I had a fight with this girl and I beat her up.
Why? You know why that girl is after you? Because me and our older sister, we always had problems. So it's like it carry on. It's like a family feud.
You think so? Well, yeah.
Because it's the same people from up the road. Remember you were saying you run from up the park, that area?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's them. And one time, so that's where it started from.
I remember like having a fight with the girl, and then of course I won the fight, but she decided to like get her older brother involved. And I was like, what? As soon as I see that she was calling her big brother, I just zoop. Like I ran. I was just like, I ran, and I remember this story because I ran underneath my brother's bed, and they were like, what happened? Like, what's going on? And I was just like, someone wants to beat me up. So I stayed underneath the bed, and then I let my brother go outside and deal with it. But
let me start from where you left off, because I have a similar story with that and their family. So how it started was I went to the park one day. I was just playing with my friends, but like in Jamaica, the kids them is very, very unruly. Like, you know, you can just be playing, chilling, and then next thing you know, someone just come up to you and they're just rude for no reason at all. You didn't do nothing to them. They just come up to you. It's not really like a bully thing because nobody can bully me. Like, everybody know how I am from long time, but like people would try you if they don't know you. Obviously, because we're from like another side, you know, they're from like way up the road. We don't really see them that much. So when I went to the park,
not from the same area.
No, it's from the same area. It's all one area, but it's like a 10-minute walk up the road from where we are down the road.
Okay.
It's not exactly the same area, so I don't see them all the time, and they don't go to my school. So I went there to play in the park one day, and then the girl come. I can't remember how exactly the fight started, but I remember that me and her started to fight, and I ended up beating her up really, really badly. And then next thing I know, one day I'm coming from school, and the girl get like 10 of our friends or more of them, and all of them rush me one. Well, I was there with my friend Tiffany and a guy Dwight. No, it's our older sister.
Oh, the older sister you had a fight with, and she rushed you.
With our 10 friends.
Oh, shit.
After I had a fight with her, yeah.
After you had a fight.
After me and her had a fight 1-1. I won that fight 1-1. But then she got our 10 girls. 10. I don't even know if it was just girls. I think it was boys as well. It's not just girls. I was working with Dwight and Tiffany, my two friends from primary school. And then her and all of our friends, probably more than 10. It's a man that came and saved me. Like, them beat me up, them used stone, they did everything to me.
That's the thing with Jamaicans.
They done
Jamaican
me
women.
dirty.
Sometimes they
done me dirty.
They leave it to scar.
Yep.
Like, whoa.
But we were kids.
Coco.
I was like probably like 9 or 10, baby, like little kids fighting. Anyways, it's a man that came and he saw them all on me, and he came and he just pulled me up and helped me, and yeah, he ran them away and they just went home. But anyways, I went down to my area down the road and I told my friends what happened, and they said, what? Let's go up there now. We're going for her. So
how much of
I
your
went
friends
into
was there? How much, like, was there a lot of you guys?
So it was me. I remember Cindy. Cindy's older than me, like about 2 years or something like that. Me, Cindy, and a few other people. I can't remember who was there, but maybe like Cindy cousins. But yeah, like I can't remember Maya and Tia. No, not Tia. Tina. I think they were there, but I can't remember exactly. But it's not a lot. It's not like 10. It's not like 10 people.
Like 5 of you guys.
Yeah, maybe 5 or less. So anyways, I was like, yeah, I have to go and get this girl back. So anyways, I went in, took off my clothes, straight back up there I went. I went up, and then one of the guys that was actually there at the fight, he helped me to find the girl's house. He brought me up there and he's like, oh yeah, this is where she lives, and he's gonna call her and tell her to come outside, but she didn't know that it was because I was out there. So anyways, he told her, come downstairs because something to play or whatever. Am I talking to you at the camera? To you?
Both.
Okay.
You can talk to me.
So yeah, and then when the girl come outside, our friends didn't even need to do anything because this girl come out fight me, just me and her 1-on-1. So again, we beat her up
with your friends?
Another time with my friends there, but they didn't need to do anything because it's just me and her. But they just came just in case, you know, like if there was anyone else.
I hate when people
but I had
jump
to get her back.
Though, like, that's just weak.
I had to get her back, and then after that,
like,
I got back every single one of them. Every time I see them, every single one of those girls that was there. My friend Tiffany that was there, she told me who was involved because some of them there was saying, oh, I never done anything. And even one girl, she walked down to Tivoli with me and she was telling me, oh yeah, I wasn't involved and whatever. But then afterwards, when she went to our house and I went home, my friend told me that she actually was involved. So yeah, I found her as well and I beat her up in a game shop. We went into the game shop and I got her back. And then when I'm done with her, the boy was like, because she's tall and I'm very tiny. Like, I am, like 5 foot, nothing right now. So imagine how short I was then. So yeah, she was tall and she she lost.
Was that your only fight?
Are you crazy?
Or did you have lots of fights?
Yes, like every day. Jamaica is a war zone. Like, I'm not a bully. I don't bully people. I don't go looking for fights or anything, but you have to defend yourself. And I'll fight all the time in Jamaica. And we don't want to focus on the fight, but even though we'll fight a lot, there's a lot of fun. Jamaica is fun. It's violent, but it's very fun. But yeah, I bully per fight, even because of you. Like, I had to fight for you so many times. And
they fight.
And Makeda.
And then they wake up and argue. That's what I realized about the ghetto. Even when I went back, in the early morning, they're like, idiot girl.
6 a.m. 6 a.m. That's the alarm clock.
Yeah. Like, why is that?
It's because of the poverty and what they live in. That's why. It's like they don't know any better. So like, instead of them waking up and saying, oh yeah, let me give thanks for life, let me pray, let me just get ready for work, it's always like,
and they're always talking about, oh, somebody's man, you take my man. And in Jamaica, what do you think about, like, would you say that we grew up poor? Like poverty? Like, let's talk about the ghetto.
We definitely was poor, but we didn't know it. And to everybody else, we are the rich family. Because we had like a sister that was in America, and she used to like
from foreign.
She used to like send us nice stuff all the time, and we had like all the latest stuff, like the games, the bikes, the jewelry, everything. Our mom and dad made sure that we had everything like we needed, but we did grow up poor at the same time, very, very poor to many people, but to people amongst us,
sometimes
they look at us like
in a situation. Like, this is what I realized about like Jamaicans in the ghetto, is like they know how to keep themselves happy with the little that they have. And I guess was our case. Like, we had a little bit, but we just knew how to keep ourselves happy. Like, if you go to Jamaica, you see that they make their own games from like the juice cartons and stuff like that. Very creative stuff. And they always having fun outside, playing dominoes. The poverty levels in the ghetto is real, because it's like, you think over here, UK is poverty?
No, there's no poverty over here compared to what
there is poverty over here, but
there is poverty
over there is extreme.
It's nothing compared to what we experience.
You don't get help.
Yes, no help. There's no benefit system. There's no help at all in Jamaica.
So how do people get help?
So a lot of females, they have to go and sell their bodies, to make a living. And then the male, they have to get into like violence,
scamming,
killing,
thieving,
everything. It's very sad, and I just want to see my community to develop. I hope and pray that one day I can make a change to my community, my hometown. I grew up in Denham Town, Tivoli. I was born in Denham Town, but then my grandparents, my grandma had a house in Tivoli Garden. She was like the first secretary for the Prime Minister at the time, Mr. Edward Siaga. So it's like we're Tivoli and we're Denham Town. So yeah, but Tivoli is the root of my family from my dad's side, and then my mom's side is Denham Town. So we're both. The point is, like, I just want to see my community coming back together, Tivoli and Denham Town, because growing up, like, I am used to just like walking anywhere. I can walk.
Are they separate now?
Yeah, they're separated.
Oh.
You can't walk on this lane because of that man is in war with that man down there. So Denham Town, no one from Denham Town can't walk to Tivoli right now. It's just like 1 second away. Denham Town is Tivoli. Tivoli is Denham Town. That's what I know growing up. I don't know any difference. Like, we're all one. We're all one people, and I hate to see my people them fighting every single day. Every minute I'm getting calls, oh, this person just killed that person. Like we're already facing a lot of stuff with the world. The world is already against us. Like, why can't all people or race like come together? It's just very sad. But yeah, that's not the point of this video today. Our dad got shot. I was like 5 years old. She just born, and so she won't remember nothing about it. So my dad was coming from work, and because again, I don't know what happened, don't know the situation, but yeah, he was coming from work one day, and then he went for a shower, and me and my sister was outside brushing our teeth. My older sister Shaki was brushing our teeth.
Wait, you remember this? That you was brushing your teeth?
Yeah, I remember everything.
Jeez.
I was brushing my teeth. I was 5 years old, brushing my teeth outside, and then I saw like some people coming into my yard, but I didn't know like it was someone to come attack my dad or anything like that. My sister spat in my face, or something crazy happened, and then we ran in because we were scared. And I think we went and told my mom that someone is coming in, because we saw the shadows of the people them coming in. But like few minutes after that, they stayed in like the tree and they shut up my dad in the bathroom. He was having his shower because the shower was outside.
Jeez, is that how much they watch people? Like,
yeah, they stayed in the tree and they waited for him. And then after that, yeah, they shot him a few times, and my dad ran to our door and he knocked on the door. And then when my mom opened the door, my dad just fell flat on his face, fell down on the floor. My mom pulled him in, and she like was trying to stop the bleeding and stuff. My brother Maja, he was the superhero. He is the one that actually went and got help, because everybody was telling my brother, do not leave the house, don't go nowhere, don't go down there, because if you go down, they're gonna get you as well, don't move. But my brother said no, he has to help his dad. So he went to the police station, which is at the end of our road, and got police to come up. And the police didn't want to come. They were like, no, they're not coming up there, they're not coming. But my brother begged them, and they came, and my brother got the door. He ripped off the door, and then he got the door to put my dad on it, and they carried him on the door to the police station.
They ripped off a whole door?
Yeah.
Jeez.
They ripped off the door, and they put my dad on the thing, and they picked him up and bring him to the hospital. And luckily my dad survived that incident. Yeah, he survived. He lived many years after that. But yeah, that was very sad, and that's where we start to face like hardship. We had to move in with our grandma down in Tivoli. We moved in with her. We faced some terrible things. Not with my grandma, because my grandma wasn't alive. With my aunties and everyone else. We don't want to talk about that.
The man is like the head of the household a lot of time in Jamaica, so he's like the sole provider. Yeah, even though my mom, she's very smart, but she wasn't working, but she always had her own business. Like she used to sell what my dad used to get from his workplace. She used to sell like the soap powder, and she used to just sell little things like she baked gizzard and stuff like that. But then when my dad fell ill, she had to be his main carer, look after him, because he couldn't move, he couldn't do nothing when he got shot. We moved in with my grandma in Tivoli, then we had to move around again to Raytown with my other grandma, which was lovely. But then that house got burned down. There was a big fire. We lost everything, every single thing that we had. We had no clothes. I remember the only thing I had was a big t-shirt from my auntie. I was wearing. The fire was
just
because of
someone in the area. No. Oh, you just reminded me. Yes.
Mommy was saying that. Like,
no, when my I didn't remember to say that. When our dad got shot, they actually wanted to kill the whole family the same night. So they threw a bomb in our house. But thanks to the Most High, the bomb got out by the tree. So yeah, that never happened. So yeah. We give thanks.
With us,
yes. So they wanted to kill everybody in the house, and they threw the bomb at our house, but the bomb got out. The bomb got put out by the tree. Yes. So I didn't remember to point out that big. That's very vital to the story. It would have been 2 times the house burned down. So much thing about Jamaica. Don't you remember like getting shot at? Like, no, it's not at you, but like running from gunshots. Never.
No, I don't.
Stop lying. You don't.
I remember like doing a lot of like running inside the house. Like I remember something like it's wartime. I'm getting rushed inside the house. Like they're telling me, "Oh, go inside, go inside, go inside." But I don't remember like nothing like someone shooting at me. But I do remember like the police with guns and how it used to scare me. Like I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like in Jamaica, in the ghetto, they walk around with guns. In the UK,
You don't see guns now at all.
you're not allowed to just walk around and carry big guns. But in the ghetto, they're walking around with.
But you wasn't scared of it. It's when you're going back. When you're going back now, that's when you think, "Oh wow, that's so different," because you're used to the UK now, where you don't see any guns. But then you go to Jamaica, all of the police and the soldier, they walk around with some big long, rifle or whatever.
AK-47.
Me, like growing up in Jamaica, I've witnessed like a lot of gunshots. There was like 2 different guys, like one is coming from like right, and then the other one was like running towards me. So I was crossing the road, and then so basically one is coming from that way and the other one run into me like this, and me I come through the middle and I almost got shot.
That's not funny.
I had to run, leave my slippers, because the one that's bending round the right, he had a gun. He was just shooting. He didn't care.
What was he
was trying to shoot at the man. The man was running away, running towards me.
Oh wow.
And then I had to run, leave my slippers, and run in the house. So
growing up in
luckily,
Jamaica
I am still here. Yeah.
Is a lot.
And that's not the only time. There was another time when me and Shaki, our older sister, she was like tying my laces, because I was about maybe like 3 years old at the time. And she just basically I was standing up, and she bent down, and then there was one man here, one man there. We're both in the middle, and they started to shoot over our heads. They see little kids in the middle, and you're just shooting at each other like craziness.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people in the ghetto, a lot of kids go.
It's like they're immune to it.
Crossfire shooting.
Oh yeah, that is why. That is why
our brother was telling us about like
a little girl.
This little girl, then this boy. I'm like, geez,
innocent kids
to do better.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was saying. Like my community, my people, like we already face a lot with this world. We don't need that, okay? We just need everybody to unite and come together. Like, start being smart. Come on, develop our community. Do something positive. Yeah.
I feel like in Jamaica, I was pretty smart. I did my work. I don't have too much memories.
I feel like we have to be smart. Because, like, all of our family members, the older ones,
went down.
Definitely.
But then it returned. Because I had to teach myself, okay, the UK system and the Jamaican system, teaching people is completely different.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, I just had to adjust and adapt. But yeah, in Jamaica, I was smart. And then I came here and I feel like, oh, I'm not smart anymore. I'm like, what?
No, it's not that you're not smart. It's just that what they teach, yes, the way they teach you is totally different from Jamaica. But if you compare the Jamaican teaching and the English teaching, Jamaica is way ahead of England, but they make you feel like you're dumb when you don't really understand their way. Yeah, but it takes you a while to learn it. Anyways, anything else that you want to say about your primary school?
This is not my story to tell, but I'll tell it for my brother, because my brother has lots of stories, and he told me that like when he was in Jamaica, got into like this argument with his friend, and he saw like a man cut off somebody's head in front of him.
Oh my days.
Like,
we're talking about 2 different stories. The police was gonna kill all of him and his friends, think that's what you were talking about.
No, I think
and then there was another time
they kidnapped him and took him somewhere.
Growing up, this is what we're used to every single day, you know. And that's why the kids as well, them so violent. Like my sister, one of them, she's like deaf. When I say deaf, some people think it's a rude word to say deaf, but it's not. She is deaf. She's a deaf person.
Dumb is rude.
Dumb is definitely rude, yeah. And a lot of Jamaican people like to say dumb. Yeah. My sister, which is deaf, and she also has locks. I used to like have to stand up for her. You know, people used to pick on her. Even adults used to pick on her, like just swear at her. Like all they used to do is like, and
it's a lot of like bullying. Like, they love to bully.
So when I see that, I have to stand up for my sisters. Like even you, because you had locks as well, and they used to chase you. My last fight before I come to this country was because of you.
Really?
Yes. Last fight, the girl was trying to chase you, and then she was trying to pull your hair, and then I just
I had locks when I was in Jamaica, so
and she's not a girl, she's an adult. Sorry.
Like having locks, you definitely. This is what I was telling my friend over here. He was like, I thought everybody loves dreadlocks people in Jamaica.
No.
He was like, I thought dreadlocks people are like
dreadlocks people is looked at as disgusted, like ew.
But like Jamaican people like disrespect dreadlocks people a lot.
Yes.
So he was surprised when I told him, oh, I had dreadlocks when I was in Jamaica, and they like to tease people about like natty dread, and like they make remarks like, oh, your dread stinks, and then I heard my friends say, oh, those dreadlocks people bathe themselves. Yeah.
Being a Rasta, you're just nasty. You don't have no proper hygiene. Yes.
Because our parents is dreadlocks as
Mom
well.
and dad,
so we grew up with Rasta parents. So that's all we know. But a lot of disrespect from a lot of Jamaicans in the ghetto and not ghetto as well. Like
no, everywhere in Jamaica, nobody like, especially the church people, like they just hate. Like my mom, she doesn't have a problem with like, you know, Christians or other religions. Like she accepts everybody for who they are and who they choose to, you know, pray to. But like with the Christians, they don't accept Rasta. They will look at it like, ew, oh my gosh, why are you going to be a Rasta? Like that's just so wrong. Yeah, you know?
If you think about it,
it's like you have to hush. You can't tell no one that you're Rasta or
Rasta people don't really do that to Christians.
That's what I'm saying. No, we don't judge.
Because they might be a little bit biased, but a lot of Christians do like take sets on Rasta.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, ooh, it was a Christian girl. But as my friend said, she's Christian. She's like, not all Christian people act like that. And sometimes people are like religious. Like they don't have a relationship with God. So those people, it's like they're just religious, but they don't have a relationship. So with God, because they're just in the church every day, but no relationship. So it's best to have a relationship with the Most High. The Most High. Do you have any other experiences about growing up in the ghetto?
So let me talk about my positives in Jamaica. So I was that girl from my from my community, which everybody know me for like doing poetry. So like the Prime Minister, Mr. Edward Siaga at the time, like he used to always come from me, the only child from my whole school. He used to come and tell my principal, oh, can we get her to go and do a show on the road? Mr. Edward Siaga, he used to always come and get me all the time from school or from my dance class. He would just come and pick me up and take me on the road with him to perform. And I won so many medals. Like I used to enter like JCDC, which is like a speech competition. You do poetry or any type of like acting performance. So yeah, so that was my positive. And even my teachers, like everyone in the school, like always had me as the smart child. Because like, you know, in Jamaica, they do like first, second, and third. And I would always come like first, second, or third. I don't think I've ever come third. Maybe first and second. But yeah, in school, I was always known as that one, that smart child, talented.
It's not as easy to have advancements because you don't really see a lot of people unless it's music or I don't know. You don't really see a lot of people, black people on television. Yeah.
No, but in our country, it's definitely there a lot. Because my brother, Maja Bless, he's all over TV with his lovely children, the super twins. So yes,
check them
definitely,
out.
You're right. Yeah, because when I moved to England, we don't want to get into England because I'm not finished with Jamaica. I understand that you were very young,
and I like the way we was living because I see that like on my birthday I had like a nice cake.
Yeah,
and then I see the picture of me and you at Devon House like eating ice cream.
No, that's how I said we was living very well until my dad got shot, and when my dad got shot, that's when everything just went downhill for our family. And then after the house got burned down, so it's like we went through a lot, but then we kind of got back up on our feet. And then just as things was getting better, we had to go and exit the country and come to the UK. What's it like coming to London, and do you remember your first day?
I remember the first thing I remember about coming to London is the smell. Like I was just like, I remember the off-license smell. It smells like air fresheners. Like coming to London, you feel like you arrived at like a palace. You're like, oh, I'm finally here. It smelled like something very fresh. And it was cold because I came in December. So I just remember freezing, but I was still happy to see like it was snowing. So I was playing with the snow. I was playing with my cousins. Yeah, so the first thing I remember about London is the smell and being in the snow, playing with the snow. And I remember that we was in like a 2-bedroom with all of us, so packed up in a 2-bedroom. But we felt like we lived good though, because it was 2-bedroom. But
it was clean and nice, and everything was good.
Because you know when you first come to London, it's not a bed of roses, but it wasn't bad.
We started off quite good because we had both parents. My dad was working, my mom was working, so was living all right.
But I remember like it was all of us in one room. Okay,
I'm not embarrassed about my past at all. Like, didn't know what to think. I was kind of happy, but then sad at the same time because.
What was your first thought, like landing off the plane? Like how my one was the smell of the shops, the off-license. That's the first thing I
just remember being very sick because I think I threw up on the plane, and then I threw up in the taxi because I had to take the train from Gatwick. It was British Airways flight. We took the train from Gatwick. You know that shuttle thing? I remember taking a train, and obviously I'm not used to that in Jamaica. I've never seen a train before. And then I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, this looks so different. Like, wow, all of these brick houses. I remember what I was wearing. I was wearing a turtleneck top and a like flared trousers. So I've always liked those bell-foot flared trousers for a long time. We call that material. It's like corduroy. We call it corduroy, but I don't know what you guys call it because there's a lot of things that I still don't know. Like what English people call stuff. Corduroy material.
I don't know.
I'm still stuck in my way.
I don't even know if that's
my way is corduroy. We used to say corduroy.
What is that?
Is that the material? Yeah.
Oh,
but
I've never heard of that.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, it's kind of like velvet, but then it's ribbed.
Yes.
You are.
Oh, she know.
I think it is corduroy. I think it is called something like that, but I just don't know. Yeah, corduroy. I think it is.
It's exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
It had the lines in it. It was burgundy and it had the lines. Turtleneck, yeah. The top and the trousers is like matching set. Saying that I was happy, very, very happy to be here, you know, but still, you know, I had to leave all my friends. And then my best friend, Tia, she was like asking me where am I going and stuff, and my mom said don't tell anyone where you're going.
I think that's a Jamaican thing.
Don't tell nobody.
A lot of Jamaicans say don't. Well, it's a good thing because it's just like your plans. You can't really tell somebody, oh, I'm gonna go. It's
not only because of that.
And then you return to the ghetto.
Yeah, a lot of people like they're very envious in our community for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So some people will try to like sabotage you if they know that you're going somewhere. They would try and make sure that you don't go because they're not going. So that's the reason. And one of the reasons for me as well, because my mom did try to get me out before, and my school didn't want to give permission. They didn't want to write a letter to say yes, she's going abroad and whatever, because you have to get invitation from someone in England, and then you have to get permission from somebody in Jamaica that is like higher up, like a teacher or something like that. You need a letter, you know, to help your document.
What do you think about like the influence? Because a lot of dancehall Jamaican influences here in the UK. Like, did you meet a lot of Jamaican people when you come here? Because I had one Jamaican friend, and let me not call her name because we're not friends, but in my class I had one Jamaican friend.
When I came here, I went to this school in Queen's Park called Arts and Media. Like, it was mostly Jamaican people to me. Like, every black person there was Jamaican. So it's like I went into my same group of friends that I had back home, and from there I went to an all-girls school. I didn't really see much Jamaicans. Like, when I just came to England, I had more Jamaican friends when I first came.
But then a pack full of yardie friends.
Yes, that's what I was just saying. But
I had the totally opposite. All my friends was English.
But then
you spoke patois.
No, it's not because I spoke. It's just where I ended up. At the beginning, I had a lot of Jamaican friends, but then I went to Malcolm all-girls school, and then that was mostly English people. But still, I kept my accent because I had my one Jamaican friend, which we told the school that we were cousins. And yeah, me and her just grew up together, and yeah.
I feel like a lot of people feel like England is like glitter and gold. Like, a lot of people from Jamaica and third world countries, like, they think that when you come to the UK, that's what I said to you. When I came here, I thought I was going to like a castle,
riches,
a palace, but the UK is not exactly like that at all. There's still a lot of struggles. As I said, when we came here, we was in a 2-bedroom. It's not, to you it might not be that bad, but to some people, 4 children.
So it was 4 of us
in one room, and our mom and dad in the other room. So the UK is, how can I put it, like in like a authentic way, like, the UK just ain't shit. Like, it's not a bed of roses.
It's not what you guys think. Like, a lot of people,
there is opportunity,
idolize and think, oh wow,
work hard,
foreign.
But like in Jamaica, when you go to Jamaica, they're like, oh, if you're from foreign, like, you must be rich. Even when we had our sister in America and she was sending us stuff, we thought
she was rich. She had
loaded.
Money.
So that's what they think about us, because maybe you can make more money here.
Yeah.
Because in Jamaica, my cousin told me what she made just for working a normal job, and that's like, whoa, terrible.
That's crazy.
So you can make more here, but
definitely. But then you spend it back in, like, it all goes back into like rent, food, grocery, all of that. So but yeah, Jamaica, their pay is bad. Like, it's just terrible. Like, but yet still them live good. They live quite good.
Happier, to be honest. They're probably happier. I have a cold and I need to be in sunshine and warm.
Now would I sum up my whole life in the UK? It's just ups and downs. A lot of ups and downs.
You're trying to get your stay. When you come here, most people are
Let's
immigrants.
talk about that.
So
let's talk about getting
immigration
your stay,
is real. I think the
getting your documents straight.
Like, something
terrible. It's the
worst system that they have here in the UK.
It's the worst.
They make it like, it's like a modern day slavery, because they make it so hard for people.
Definitely
to get their stay.
Yeah.
Like, and do you know how much money it costs to apply?
But yeah, I don't think I'm ready to get to that bit yet. I just want to talk about me coming to the UK and my experiences. I just remember, like, me and my friends, like, at school, we used to like go to different places after school. Like there was this event called Bigger Fish. I don't know if anybody remember that event, but it's a place where I used to go, and sometimes like there will be artists there, like the More Fire crew or like just some rapper, you know. So that was nice.
Was you heavy in the grime scene?
I was mostly into grime then, because I used to watch Channel U a lot. So I used to know all of those grime songs that used to come on Channel U. Like every day I would come home from school and I just want to put it on that channel only. Or BT. I used to love BT as well. Oh yeah, let's talk about how, like when I just came here and my accent and how everybody used to like, you know, they were very like fascinated about like how I speak. Like people used to run me down and say, "Oh, can you talk for us?" Just so you can hear the accent.
It's different, like
yeah.
Because a lot of people in the UK, they're influenced by the Jamaican scene, but when they see like a real Jamaican, they're like, "Ooh,
wow,
you're really from Jamaica."
No, but I do that now. Like
Jamaican.
if I see like a Jamaican child come to the UK and speak in patois, I find it wow, like a child speaking like that. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I guess
because you don't see it. Yeah, so I understand why they were doing that before. But yeah, that was my experience in school. Like I think that's one of the reasons why me and Candy wanted to leave from that school, because it's mostly little boys. Like they're just annoying. Like they used to run us down all the time, say, "Oh, speak for us." Yeah.
My story is kind of crazy because when I came here, they put me in the wrong year. So
oh yeah,
I was meant to go into like, I would say
year above,
year 2, but they put me in year 1. So I started at year 1 in the UK
because they said they didn't have any space.
I don't know.
They didn't have any space
to do that.
But that happened to Candy, my friend from school.
So
that happened to her as well. They put her in like year 8, and then afterwards they moved her back to our right year.
And what made it worse is that my birthday is in December, so I'm actually one of the oldest. Like it's like I'm 2 years older because you know there's people that's in August,
yeah,
and they're like 7, and I'm like gonna be 9 in December.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was in the wrong year. So but I didn't know that at the time. I think I got to realize that when everybody was saying, "What's your age?" And then I told them, "Oh, I'm 9." They're like, "Huh? What?" Like, so yeah, that's when I started to notice that I'm in the wrong class. So I started off like that.
Wait, 1. You stayed like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I went like Roughest primary school, if you know that, in Hackney. I don't know if I should be saying my primary school, but
because of matter, they can't. That's exactly.
That's where I went to primary school, Roughest, and yeah, so I stayed there till year 6. And what I remember in primary school is just like a lot of
fights,
a lot of fighting. The boys, I would always beat up the boys. Like I think that's when you're in primary school. That's when you have the most strength. But when you get to secondary school, don't bother fighting with any boy. But in primary school, I would just have a lot of fights, and I would always protect my friends. I feel like I was always someone that's like, okay, don't mess with my friend.
That's definitely
like I had like a strong personality, which a lot of people didn't like. So yeah, I got a lot of hate for it, and a lot of. I remember like this boy, he pulled out my dreadlocks on the carpet, because me and him was having a fight, but I beat him up. I beat him up on the carpet. And yeah, but that was all when you were younger. And in secondary school, secondary school in the UK is another story. Like I feel like you go through a lot. I feel like that's where you go through most.
You went through a lot, but I didn't.
But you got excluded. I didn't.
Why did I get excluded?
Tell them.
I got excluded I got excluded for like 2 weeks because of my nose piercing. And then a little bit after that, I went back to school. I got my nose piercing out because my mom was very determined to get it out. She's like, oh, you need to be going to school, because I was just chilling at home. I think that's where like my attendance dropped from when I got excluded the first time. But everything was all good in school. Like I didn't used to get into trouble or anything like that. It was good. But at the end, like near year 11, that's when things just went downhill. And I think that's the same time when my dad got sent out of the country, and I was just going through a lot, like almost 16-year-old. And yeah, I went to pierce my nose, and then my head teacher saw me, and he was just like, no, you need to go home. There's no way. Mr. Keo, or whatever his name is. Yeah. He excluded me, and he's like, you can't come back until you get that out your nose. And my nose piercing was stuck. I couldn't get it out. Even though there was other girls like piercing their nose and stuff. I don't know why I am the one that was like bad lucky, as our Jamaican people would say. Like he saw me, and even though I tried to cover it up with like a plaster, he told me I had to leave. And then yeah, I think that was the first time I got in trouble in school. I wasn't a bad child in secondary school. I mean, primary school now, I used to fight a lot. And that's because that was Jamaica. I used to fight a lot, especially with the boys for my friends. I've never been a bully. Never ever been a bully. But I used to stand up for people. I even remember one time I fight for my friend, and she just left me. It's her fight. I'm defending her, and she just left me to fight and take over a fight.
Jamaica?
And it was with a boy. But yeah, I'm going back. Yeah, getting excluded from school when I was almost 16 years old. Basically the end of year 11, I got excluded. My nose piercing got stuck. I went back to the shop. I asked them, please, can you remove this because I need to go back to school? And my mom is like cussing me every single day, like, why are you at home and stuff. And then I ended up being with my boyfriend all the time, being at his house all the time. And then after that, my teachers was like, need a talk. So one day me and my boyfriend went down to my school, and then my teachers told me that, oh, because of your attendance, we're gonna have to tell you not to come back to the school. And that was that. Yeah, it wasn't because of bad behavior. Yeah.
Okay, so in secondary school for me, I did go through a lot, but I did stay till the end. So I started off, this sounds crazy, but I was actually in a gang, but not a real gang. It was just a school gang.
Yeah, we had that.
It was a gang of girls in school. I was like one of the leaders. I ended up picking up for another girl from the crew because I was like, oh wait, you guys are doing wrong to her. So for me, having integrity and sticking up for her, they started to turn against me now, because I was like, no, you guys can't treat someone like that and like cuss someone out like that. So they started to turn against me. So it was just me and that girl against them for the rest of the journey in the school. So from year 8 to year 9 to year 10 to year 11, I mainly just had one friend, and I was kind of okay with that because I've never been the type to like too much friends. So it was just me and that girl, while the whole school would like try and fight us, try and, I don't know, wait for my friend outside the door.
Yeah, I remember a lot of that.
My friend, she actually, well, I don't want to talk about someone else's story, but yeah, she went through more fights than me. I actually went through one fight in secondary school. One fight.
I've never had none.
Yeah, primary school I had way more fights, but secondary school in the UK, especially I went to a girls' school, so there's a lot of like bitchiness and talking behind each other's back, a lot of hating and all of that. That's what was going on in secondary school. I had like a boyfriend in year 9, and the girls used to like him. So he would come outside the school and it would make the girls even more upset. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, that happened
like,
to me.
Damn. But it is what it is.
But they never used to like, it's not like we had a problem or anything. It was a joke. Like my friends used to beat down the because it's a girls' school, they get excited as soon as they see any boy. So whenever my boyfriend will come outside the school, all the girls will come to the mirror and start beating down.
A lot of people think like the crime rate is lower here than in Jamaica, but I feel like it's the same. But here in the UK, there's been plenty times when I've been in parties, been in like, back then I think you called it raves, where people would just come in with knives, even guns, and like you had to run out. So of course I'm a girl, so I've never been into the crime like that, but I've seen it heavily around me. So crime here in the UK is just that you don't see a lot of guns. I would say you don't see a lot of guns, but here there's more knives. So the crime here is high as well.
The same thing that I've said before to my people, like, just come together, because I don't understand what is all of this fighting for. Like, we face enough. Like, everybody, every other race can come together. Why can't our race come together? You know? And that's just all I have to say. Like, these young boys nowadays, just try and be more smarter. Try to have a plan for your future. You know, like, what is the reason you need to go and take someone else's life? Like, sometimes when you look at it, you know, you think, oh my gosh, why did I do that? You end up in jail, or you end up, you know, your own life taken as well. There is no point. So I just wish and pray that the youths of today can realize that it's not necessary, and to just stop that. My brother is the first person to come to the UK, and he is the one who took my dad, and then my dad took all of us, like me, my mom, my sisters, and everyone else. We wasn't like straight with our papers and stuff for a long time. Yeah, just to say that my way, it wasn't straight. Well, for myself. For myself, because I am the last one. Even though I came here before all of you guys, but I ended up being the last one out of everyone to be sorted out. But I don't know, I can't say why it was different for me. I think I know why it was different for me, because I was older.
You wasn't a minor.
Yeah, so you got it under's mommy's application.
Yeah.
So when mommy got through, I was like 18. I was an adult.
The immigration system in the UK is not easy. It's not for the faint. Like, you have to go through, what do? Like, they put you through 3 years, then another 3 years, then another 3 years. Like, it's so much that you have to go through. And
but this is not everyone.
I even need to apply for my British, so
yeah, but at least you're indefinite. You have the rights to be here. No one can say nothing.
Yeah, but still, that's how far. I have friends till this day that they don't even have their stay. I have one friend.
Oh, really?
Don't have their stay.
Oh, wow. I don't really know anyone like that anymore, because like nowadays everybody is getting their stay, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, and even new people coming from Jamaica as well in that situation. But it's just a terrible situation to be in. Like, nobody would want that, you know.
When you're in Jamaica, you don't really have to think too much about too much jobs, and you don't have to think about any immigration system.
And even
you don't have that added pressure, because it makes you very nervous. Like, think, this, get this, or.
I was gonna say, and even here, I wasn't thinking about immigration until I was like 18. That's when I knew about it. I didn't know that it existed.
In the UK, I would say it's just a place for you to hustle. Most people just want to hustle and get what they can from the UK, and then move out or go somewhere that they need to be. Some people want to stay here. Some people do want to stay here, but for most people, it's just a place where you hustle and leave. But yes, guys, thank you for watching Pretty with a Purpose. This is the sisters series of us growing up in Jamaica, moving to the UK.
So our life growing up,
like our struggles, the real, everything that we went through. I hope that you was able to relate to something in this podcast, because I know a lot of people move from one country to another. It might not be Jamaica, but it could be like another third world country. And yeah, you can let us know what was your experience like growing up in your country and coming to a foreign country. I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.